With the bike upside down, remove the Velcro straps from the non-drive side chainstay. Fold the mesh guard down. Carefully cut and remove the zip tie holding the motor harness to the frame. Unthread and disconnect the motor harness from the cable coming from the hub motor. Use an 18mm socket or open-end wrench to loosen and remove the rear wheel axle nuts. Remove the washer on each side as well. Work the rear wheel up and out of the dropouts of the frame. Remove the torque washers and set them aside. Install the cassette lock ring tool onto the cassette. Hold the cassette from spinning using a chain whip. Turn the cassette lock ring tool counterclockwise to loosen and remove the lock ring. Lift off and swap the cassette assembly. Notice the different sizes of spines of the cassette and free hub body. Align these similar splines and seat the cassette in place. Install the smallest cog, again aligning the splines, and follow up with installing the cassette lock ring. Ensure the threads have a small amount of grease applied. Thread the lock ring in place fully using the cassette lock ring tool. Torque to 35 to 40 Newton meters. To remove the tire, first remove the valve cap and press the valve core to release the air pressure. It can be helpful to rest the wheel on a small trash can. Press down around the tire to release the bead. Use a tire tool to lift the bead off of the rim and work your way around the wheel. Once one side of the tire is off, remove the tube from the inside of the tire. Lift the tire off of the other side of the rim and then remove the wheel from the tire completely. Swap the tire and tube. Start by inflating the tube just enough to allow it to take shape. Place the tube inside of the tire. Place the valve stem in line with the logo of the tire. Ensure the direction of the tire is oriented correctly on the wheel, and then align the valve stem to the hole in the rim. Guide the bead of the tire around the rim until one side is fully installed. Work the outer bead onto the wheel completely, ensuring that the tube is not being pinched under the bead of the tire. You should be able to complete the installation with only your hands. Only use a tire tool if absolutely necessary, as to avoid damaging the tube. Confirm the tire direction is correct, and then inflate the tire to around 30 psi. Confirm the bead of the tire is fully seated around the wheel and on both sides. Replace the torque washer on both sides of the wheel. Guide the rear wheel back into the rear dropouts of the frame. Be sure to engage the chain onto the cassette and guide the brake rotor in between the pads and the caliper. Ensure the flat-edged axle drops fully into the dropouts on both sides. The torque washers should be on the inner side of the axle, and the tab should fit into the frame dropout, as shown. Using an 18mm socket, reinstall both of the washers and axle nuts onto the axle. Torque 40 to 45 Nm. Reconnect the motor harness by aligning the arrows of the two ends, firmly pressing them together, and threading the lock ring together until snug. Replace the zip ties that secure the cables to the frame and trim the excess zip tie ends. Finish by replacing the mesh guard Velcro strap over the frame and cables. With the bike off, pedal the drivetrain and shift through the gears to test for proper function.